Hello students. Today I will explain some important topic related to your GATE exam from microprocessor and microcontroller, and I must say that it is not included in your syllabus, but from this chapter or from this module the up to 5 to 10 marks questions may come in your competitive exam, because this is a very important part of the microprocessor. And in this section you will able to know that how the counter and delay can be designed, can be modified, can be calculated in a program, right? Okay, so first of all I would like to focus on what is counter, right? This term you are already used to hear, because in most of the assembly language programming you have already used this term for building up a loop and to calculating the any 8-bit value that is stored in some register, and to count that numbers, right? So counter is nothing but is used to keep the track of the events, right? And the process of designing the counter and delay using software instructions is more flexible than designing using the hardware. So that's why I am focusing on the software section, that how the counter is designed, right? Okay, so counter is nothing but is used to store some value, right? So that what is the value? That value you are going to build up the event, right? And this counter may be incremented, may be decremented, right? You have already came to know with some examples in your assembly language programming, because you have already seen that somewhere it is incremented and somewhere it is decremented, right? Okay, so and how long we will see that it will be incremented or decremented, because based on that the loop will be formed, right? So we will check some conditional instruction with a diamond shape in the flow chart, that whether the counter value is 0 or not. If it is 0, then we will exit the loop, and if it is not 0, then the loop will be repeated. This has already shown in a various examples, in a numerous examples of your assembly language programming, right? So you have you all of you have the knowledge of counter, right? And now I will concentrate on delay, right? So delay is nothing but similar, that is used to set up the counter. The loop is used to create the total process of counter causes the delay, right? Because you have created one loop. Not only one loop, more than one loop you can be created in your programming, and I will show some example related to that of more than one loop, right? But using this loop you can calculate the delay of the programming, that how much delay the programming is exhibited, right? And we can calculate the delay. So how the delay is calculated? Delay is nothing but is created based on the loop is used, right? And depending upon the clock period of the system, the delay is calculated, right? Because delay is nothing but the time, right? So time is related to the parameter, that is frequency, and it's nothing but the clock frequency, because it is related to the inversely proportional relation t equal to 1 by f. So from that relation we can easily calculate the amount of delay, right? Okay, so here is some flow chart of counter and delay, and it is very easy. Please go through it because it has already explained several times of your assembly language programming part. Okay, so now I am going to the section that's how the delay is calculated, right? So this is your section that I have already shared with you, and this is some example. Just I am focusing on that part of the only the loop part, because there is some start section, there is some main sections, but I will not concentrate on that. I will only concentrate on my loop part, because I my objective is to calculate the delay, right? Okay, so I have here mentioned some important part of the loop that you have already calculated, and in a most of the program, that is MVIC FF, right? And decrement shape and jump if not 0, a loop is created, a loop is built up, right? Okay, so what is your MVIC? MVIC is nothing but load the register C, right? So C will be used as a counter. And what is your counter value? The counter value is I have used here with the value FF, because this is in the hex code, but you have to convert whenever you are going to calculate the delay, it is into the decimal form, because nothing otherwise you will not be able to calculate the delay. So there are various forms of formulas and the sections which will help you to calculate the delay easily, right? And what are the part that I will concentrate, that I will discuss, right? Okay, so please note it down that this is a part, this is the sub part of the loop, and where the C, the register C is used as a counter. We are decrementing the counter, and how long we will decrement the counter? Until and unless the counter value is 0. If it is 0, then exits the loop, and if it is not 0, it will again go to that part where I have given the indication. So what is the indication? That is the loop. Here I have used the loop, and here I have used the loop. So loop is built up in between these two instructions. This DCR and this is jump if not 0, right? Okay, and here the most important section, that is the last column that I have mentioned over here, that is T state, right? And these T states is very much important, because otherwise you are not able to calculate the amount of delay, because amount of delay is related to your time, right? Okay, so the number of T states, that term you are already used to do here, because in the timing diagram you have already calculated this part, and this is your MVIC. MVIC means this is a 2-byte instructions, so the required T state is 7. And this is a DCR. DCR means 1-byte instructions, so the required T states are 4, only the opcode fetch, right? And this is a jump if not 0. Jump if not 0 means, this is the important section, I will explain. Please see that here I have written 10 by 7. So what does it mean? 10 by 7 means 433, right? 4 plus 3 plus 3, so its summation is 10. So jump if not 0, what is this notation? Jump if not 0, there this is the opcode, right? And jump if not 0, it will go to some location, right? So what will be your operand? Operand is nothing but the location, right? Operand is nothing but the location. So first will be your opcode fetch, then two will be memory read. So the total T states required for jumping instructions, for conditional instructions, for branching instructions, that is 10, right? And otherwise it takes only the 7 T states. So that's why I am giving over here some fractional value, that jump if not 0 will be taken 10 T states, otherwise it will be treated as 7 T states. If it is not used as a branching instruction, then it will take the 7 T states, and if it is used in a branching instruction, means it is used in a loop, then it will take the 10 T states, right? Okay, so now come to my later part, that is that I have given some questions that will help you to clear your knowledge, that is calculate the time delay in the loop, adjusted loop delay, and the total delay, right? Now my question is how to calculate, right? Now you have to calculate the 3 sections, that is the time delay in the loop. Please see that it is only in the loop, right? Adjusted loop delay and the total delay, okay? But all the parts have their each and individual significance, and based on that you will be able to calculate this delay part, right? Okay, so first of all, before going to the detail section, my requirement is what is the considered clock frequency, internal clock frequency. Normally it is taken as your 3 megahertz, but here I am giving you the clock frequency is 2 megahertz. But if it is not mentioned, you will take the value of 3 megahertz, right? Okay, so if it is 2 megahertz, so what is your clock period? Because we require the value of t, because the t state is required, is related to that, so t equal to 1 by f. Simple calculation, 1 by 2 into 10 to the power 6, that is your 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 6, that is 0.5 millisecond, microsecond, right? Okay, so time to execute the instruction MVI, that is 7 T steps, that is your 7 into 0.5, that is 3.5 microsecond. This part you have already done, right? Now we have to calculate the time delay in the loop. Okay, so please see where the loop is created. The loop is created in between the two instructions. One is your DCR and one is your jump if not 0. And total T steps required for that, there is 4 and here it is 10. Why we will take this 10? Because jump if not 0 is used in the looping part, right? It is used as a branching instruction. So the total T steps required is 10 plus 4, that is 14, right? Okay, so if it is 14, now the 14 T steps and the loop is, please see the instruction. Now the instruction DCR and JNZ form the loop within the total 14 T steps, right? And the loop is repeated. How much times the loop is repeated? I have taken the value FF. FF means it is in the hex code, but I have to convert it to the decimal part. Otherwise, I will not be able to calculate the delay. So what is the decimal value corresponding to this hex value? That is FF. And FF means it is equivalent to 255. And how will you calculate? We will calculate. I will show you later. I will let you show that how we can calculate, how we can convert from hex to decimal. Okay. Now coming to the latter part, that is time delay, right? So time delay, the formula is T into loop T states into N10, right? So TL means time delay in the loop. T means the system clock period that we have already calculated, T equal to 1 by F. Loop T steps means the number of T steps required for building up a loop, and this N10. N10 means the equivalent decimal number of the hexadecimal count loaded in your delay. That means we have used here the value FF, but you have to convert it to the corresponding decimal value and you have to put this value for calculations, right? Okay, so how can you calculate for that? So what will be your answer? This is your T. T means 0.5 microsecond, that we have already calculated. Now it is loop T states. Loop T states means 14. Simple, 10 plus 4, and this N10. N10 means the equivalent decimal value. How we can calculate? I have already seen over here. That is FF. FF means hexadecimal count. So it will be F into 16 to the power 0 and F into your 16 to the power 1, right? And what do you mean by F? F means ABCD 10, 11, 12, 15, right? So you can calculate the 15 into 16 plus 1, that is a value of 255. Okay, so put this value 255 and calculate the total time delay. Okay, so this is your time delay. In the formula to calculate time delay in the loop, right? So this is the total calculation of time delay in the loop, right? Okay, and the next part is adjusted loop delay. And what does it mean? Adjusted loop delay means why you have to adjust this value, because please see that this section, I am going to these sections again, because here we have seen that this is 10 by 7. If it is used as a branching instruction, it will use 10 T steps, otherwise it will use 7 T steps. So what is the difference between that? The difference is 10 minus 7, that is equal to 3. Okay, so that value you have to adjust it, these values, by using the formula is there. So here I have clearly given a note why we require this adjustment loop delay. Please go through this. I think that it will be understandable that why this value is 3, because this is nothing but a difference between 10 minus 7. Because if it is used as a branching instruction, it will be treated as a 10 T step, otherwise it will be treated as a 7 T steps, right? And this is your adjusted formula, that is total time delay that we have already calculated minus 3 T steps into clock period, right? So clock period means 0.5, 3 into 0.5 means 1.5. So please calculate this value, right? Okay, so all value have been calculated. Now it's time for total delay calculation. And total delay calculation, the formula is TD means total delay, that is your outside the loop, the time to execute the instruction outside the loop, and time to execute the instruction inside the loop, but it will be taken as an adjusted value. right? So outside the loop means outside the loop there is only one instruction, that is MVI, that is we have already calculated. And for MVI the T stage requirement is 7, so 7 into 0.5 means the calculate the value that will be added with your adjusted loop value, and this is the total time delay inside the loop and beyond the loop. Okay, so this is the total delay calculation for your microprocessor. But in your questions I have already calculated, I in your PDF I have already shared the another problem with two loop, and the total explanations is given over there. Please go through that and please take into account that you have to understand all the formulas. The three types of formulas are there. One is your total delay in the loop, total adjusted loop delay, and the total delay, right? And because from this section you have to calculate this delay part in your competitive exam. So please go through this. If any questions, any doubt, please let me know, right? Thank you.